Hello and welcome to another Top 10 Old PC Games revived, remade and modded by the community. The last time I made a top 10 on old games being brought back to life, people really enjoyed it, so here I am again with another 10 trips down memory lane. Once you're done with this list, feel free to check out the other 10 I listed before. Links all in the description. Alright, let's get started. First up, we've got OpenXcom. With the new XComs making psionic waves recently, you might want to look back at where it all came from. OpenXcom is an open source clone of the original UFO Enemy Unknown, which intends to retain the original feel of the game while resolving any issues. Some graphics, sound, and gameplay with a new codebase allows this version to be fixed, modded, and flexible to play on modern platforms. It's still getting new builds as of 2016, so go check it out if you're interested. Next we have KeeperFX. We haven't had the best of times with Dungeon Keeper recently, so here's KeeperFX, an extensive mod for Dungeon Keeper that includes new features, bug fixes, and unofficial campaigns. It's all open sourced and worked on by the community, and it still has nightly builds in 2016. If you're unimpressed by the recent attempts to revive Dungeon Keeper, maybe try this out instead. Then we've got Settlers 2 Return to the Roots. Here's another open source project for Settlers 2. Supporting multiple modern operating systems, the game is now playable with improvements such as balance changes, multiplayer, and higher resolutions. The current people working on the project are open to internationalization, so getting into the community is still not a problem. At the moment, there is no single-player campaign, and it still looks like there's a ways to go, but if you like the original, this might pique your interest. Next up, we have Streets of Rage Remake. This is a tribute to the entire Streets of Rage saga and combining all three original games into one. Created from scratch over 8 years without using a single line of code from the originals, this remake is considered complete with its final version, version 5, already released. 103 stages, 19 playable characters, customization, multiple game modes, and even an editor. Unfortunately, multiplayer didn't make it into the remake as there were too many challenges. It still looks like a lot of fun though. And then we've got Duke 32. Again, a recent revival of an old game didn't work out so well, so maybe we can look back to the original. Duke 32 is a source port for Duke Nukem 3D, running not only on modern operating systems but also handhelds. Flexible screen resolutions, graphical enhancements, bug fixes, modability, key bindings, along with a better interface and controls. Just as fast-paced and looking better than ever, you might want to blast your way through Duke 3D one more time. And next we've got FreeAllegiance. If you didn't know, Allegiance is an online team-based space combat RTS thing where you're a unit in a real-time strategy, much like Savage XR, which I mentioned in my first list. The commanders build, mine, and upgrade while the rest fly around and shoot things. Microsoft made the game in the first place but decided to release the game to open source, kind of, so it's now completely free and community ran. They've fixed bugs and added new features. Although development has slowed over time, it's always nice when games are allowed to live on through the community. And then we've got Project Reality Battlefield 2. Many consider Battlefield 2 to be their favorite of the series, and Project Reality reworks the game with updated visuals and sound, bigger maps with larger scale battles, factions, new mechanics, and perfecting the ballistic system. The mod makes the game a lot more realistic to the point where the word sim is used a lot. It's actually a standalone and doesn't require Battlefield 2 installed. It's a massive project with an active community. Even tournaments are still happening, so go check those out. Next we've got GTA 4 San Andreas. San Andreas alone has an active modding community, but one project stands out. GTA 4 San Andreas takes the original game and recreates it in the Rage engine. Better graphics, sound, and physics, along with a replay system. Many still consider San Andreas to be the best one, and this could be a wonderful trip down memory lane. And for those who haven't played it before, this could be an option to give it a try. Then we have Fallout 2 Restoration Project. What many consider to be the ultimate Fallout 2 patch, in production for over 8 years fixing thousands of bugs, along with the restoration project that adds in lost content originally planned by the developers but never made it in, more dialogue, new quests and characters, new locations, improved visuals, more customization, and widescreen resolutions. This is a great example of improving an old game without messing with the original aesthetic too much, and if you feel like going back to Fallout 2, then I see no reason to not install this mod. Finally, we have Deus Ex Revision. With the series making a comeback, it might be time for you to augment this classic into your gaming arsenal if you haven't already. New environments, new music, and new world-building details bundling together some of the best community mods and multiple game modes. This revision has received official endorsement and is now on Steam. It's a great opportunity to get into the game if you've missed out on it, or as they say, to rediscover the world of Deus Ex. And as a bonus, I'm going to mention the Nameless mod, which is a total conversion mod which provides an entirely new storyline, and it's pretty interesting itself, so go check those out. Now, we've taken a look back, so let's turn to the future. I'd like to draw your attention to my friends over at All Time Gaming, who've made a video on the 6 most anticipated games of 2016. We're looking to collaborate on more in the future, and they have a wonderful channel. I strongly recommend checking them out. Link right there in the description. And to wrap up, here's something I'd like to know. After the 20 games I've listed so far, what other old games revived are your favorites? And what old games do you wish were revived? I'd love to know. Alright, that wraps up another top 10 old PC games revived, remade, and modded by the community. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, drop me a like or share with your friends. The support is always appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.